guys, does eating your skincare really make a difference? Okay, you're probably thinking, what am I talking about? Because everyone's talking about eating your skincare all over TikTok. To be honest, I am too, if you've watched my TikToks. And we're all now jumping on to treating the skin from the inside out. So we already use skincare. We're already getting our skin injectables, so our salmon sperm, our polynucleotides, our skin boosters, our collagen stimulators. And now we're talking about ingesting our skincare. So what are we actually talking about? Let's break it down. We're going to talk about supplements, what's real and what's hype, whole foods that act like skincare, and how to actually get results. Those three things. And if you like this type of content, please like and subscribe and let me know in the comments what you want me to talk about next. Okay, so we all know that skin health depends on nutrients. Vitamin A for cell turnover, which is your retinoids. Vitamin C for collagen synthesis and being an antioxidant, and vitamin E and zinc for wound healing and inflammation. So if your diet is lacking, so for example, say that you're vegan and you're not getting enough zinc and B12 in your diet, supplementing these can absolutely improve your skin. Zinc is really important for acne because it reduces inflammation and helps control oil production. B12 is good for overall metabolism of your cells, i.e. including your skin cells. But here's where it can get a little bit murky. If you're not deficient in the vitamin, adding extra by supplements doesn't necessarily supercharge your skin. Your body is going to use what it needs and it's literally going to excrete the rest. So even if you're getting like swanky vitamin drips, you might just be giving yourself really expensive wee. And then we go on to collagen supplements. Now this has been a huge topic of 2025. It literally blew up in January 2025 and everyone under the sun was buying every collagen supplement that we could think of. We were powdering it into our food, our shakes, bolognese, everything. And then people started to twig that actually maybe we were wasting a lot of our money. A lot of collagen molecules are too large to be absorbed by the body. So a lot of them, again, were just being excreted. And then obviously research started to show that if you used hydrolyzed collagen as the supplement, that showed better absorption than just obviously pure collagen. And then there's the debate between bovine collagen and marine collagen. Marine collagen is a little bit more suitable to the skin. Bovine collagen is more for overall health. So in terms of your joint, your muscles, etc. And vegan collagen still has limited evidence in terms of how useful it can be. So studies have shown that collagen takes 12 weeks to build and that it can improve elasticity and hydration in your skin, but only if it's taken consistently. And you need a dosage of 2.5 to 10 grams daily for at least 3 months. So you're not going to see any improvement quickly. And remember, that is because one skin cycle is 6 weeks. So it takes 6 weeks for your skin just to go through one cycle. So you're obviously not going to see changes before that. And your skin really needs to go through 2 skin cycles because it takes 12 weeks for collagen to build in your skin. They work by providing amino acids like proline and glycine that your fibroblasts reuse to make collagen. But, big but, they do not target your face. Your body decides where they use them, hence why I mentioned about bovine versus marine. So if you want one that's going to target your skin more, go for a marine-based collagen. If you want one for overall health, bovine collagen is fine. So it's worth considering for mature skin, if you have a poor diet, if you've got sun damage, that it's not a replacement for sunscreen and retinoids. And it's only if you can adapt that addition in your routine. If you're someone that's busy and you don't have time for it, I wouldn't say run to introduce a collagen supplement. You can get the benefits in other ways. So either in your skincare, retinoids and sunscreen, or so in clinic injectables, or preventatively and eating a really good diet. Okay, number 2, this is the popular one all over social media, whole foods that act like skincare. Your skin, remember, is a living organ. It's the largest organ of your body. So what you eat is going to directly affect that organ. It's going to influence its barrier. It's going to influence the oil production and it's going to influence the inflammation levels. So let's talk about a few different types of whole foods that you can look out for and what their benefits might be. Anti-aging, hear me out. This is when your berries, pomegranate, dark chocolate, all foods that contain polyphenols and flavonoids, which are antioxidants that neutralize free radicals caused by UVM pollution. So they are anti-aging you because they're protecting you and protecting your skin. So you get fewer fine lines and pigment changes over time. That's great, isn't it? Because it means we can all eat more dark chocolate and obviously berries. Okay, next, leafy greens and vegetables. Big one. I'm talking spinach, sweet potato, kale. These are rich in carotenoids, which are natural pigments that almost act like an internal sunscreen, which protect the skin from from oxidative stress. Amazing. So if you have more of these in your diet, you're going to protect your barrier more, you're going to allow less radiation, free radicals, UV, damaging your skin, and therefore going to maintain more youthfulness in your skin as you get older. Okay, next. How to maintain a healthy skin barrier with your whole foods. This is probably my favorite. That is going to come from your omega-3. So that's your fatty fish like salmon and mackerel. They reduce inflammation and they help maintain a very healthy lipid barrier, which is essential if your skin is prone to dryness or eczema. It's so funny, I had a client and they were like, oh, I'm getting loads of like dry skin on my elbows and my knees, and I never used to have it before. And I was like, okay, that's interesting. And nothing's changed in terms of like, well, I mean, like winter was coming, so there's more central heating, less sun, etc. And I was like, do you moisturize? They were like, yeah, I moisturize, but I used to be fine and now I'm not. And I was like, okay, try eating more fatty fish and take omega-3 supplements. 2 to 3 weeks later, they were like, oh my gosh, all my dry, crusty elbows and knees have gone. I even said eat more avocados as well, because then that contains natural fats in it. I also tell my patients that are on Roaccutane to definitely take an omega-3 supplement or try and get more omega-3 from their diet. Because when you're on Roaccutane, it is increasing your cell turnover. So that's the medication that we give for acne vulgaris at its most kind of intense stage. And it basically is a tablet medication, so it's systemic, and it works on drying out all your sebum, your oil production from within. So therefore you get a dehydrated skin barrier. Now, sometimes obviously they get cracked lips, they get dry eyes, they get dry nostrils, they get dry scalp. So I'm like, to help with this, take omega-3, and then they're like, okay, wow, the difference is crazy. So key tip, if you're using retinoids, either topically or you're on Roaccutane, or you're finding that your eczema is flaring, you have dry skin, try omega-3, increasing it in your diet or supplementing it, and you're going to notice, hopefully, that it makes a big difference. Okay, last thing in terms of whole foods. If you want to repair and protect your cells, that's when you need your nuts and seeds, because they're going to give you zinc, vitamin E, and selenium. All very protective, reducing inflammation and giving those proteins, amino acids that you need for extra strength. So when I say eat your skincare, I don't mean take a shot of collagen. I literally mean have a plate full of color, protein, and healthy fats. And that's going to do way more for you than a processed supplement that you need to take. Also, side thing, whilst we're here, when you overload on supplements, that can actually be really harmful. So actually taking lots of supplements during the day is sometimes more damaging than good. For example, high doses of vitamin A can lead to liver toxicity or hair loss. Too much vitamin E can actually thin your blood, so it increases risk of bruising. And excess zinc can block copper absorption, which ironically causes skin issues in the long term anyway. And I always say this, skin health is not about extremes. Skin literally thrives off consistency and balance. Okay, so just to wrap it up, how do we then consistently get results? So evidence-backed approach is always try and eat essentially a Mediterranean diet. That's going to include a lot of whole foods, a lot of color on your plate, a lot of proteins, a lot of healthy fats, which are going to restore your barrier, improve the elasticity of your skin, improve the hydration in your skin, and protect it from all that free radical damage. You also need to stay hydrated. And this isn't because drinking more water is going to plump your skin. It's actually because when you're dehydrated, it causes stresses on your skin, which then triggers inflammation and problems in your skin. So it's not that drinking more water makes you plumper at all, which is a really big misconception. They're like, oh, my skin's dry, I need to drink more water. It's like, no, if you're dehydrated, it's going to cause other issues to flare up. If you take nothing else from this video, take that. And if you're going to supplement, focus on 1 to 2 evidence-based supplements. For me and for skin, I think that's going to be vitamin D, because if you live in the UK or if you have darker skin, we're all vitamin D deficient, and it's so important for the function of so many of our cells. And the second thing I'd say is probably zinc if you get frequent breakouts, because it's going to reduce your breakouts, reduce inflammation, and help control oil production long term. So feed your body well, don't overdo the pills, and pair your nutrition with a smart skincare routine, and then you're going to be winning from the inside and out. Let me know what you think, drop any comments below, and tell me about what you're eating.